everyone, it's me, the Booknester, Rebecca, and I have been tagged for the Booktuber Newbie Tag. And I was tagged by a fantastic fellow by the name of Adam over at, oh, here we go with his name, Momentomori. That's the channel. Adam's fantastic. I've already talked about him. And I guess he thought, how fun would it be to tag the Booknester for this tag? And you know what? I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm nervous about all of it. So, hey, it's the second month of me being a part of Booktube. I just completed my first month, so I might as well do it, right? The questions. Why did I start the channel? Actually, I didn't plan on starting it this soon. I mean, literally. I did a test run and did my what I call my 0.5 episode, which is getting to know me, just really to see if I had the ability to do it. You know, this whole tumbling and tweeting and tubing is really new to me, and definitely not of my generation. I did this whole practice run, and I videoed it. I even got as far as uploading it up to YouTube, but I wasn't going to publish it. Well, I went back to look at it and to see if I could make some changes, and I hit something like save or something at some point, and boop, it popped up. And what got me was I didn't even know it had done that. And what was strange is the first time I knew anything happened was somebody left a comment. And it came through to my email, and I was like, what? And I went there and went, oh my gosh, I guess I'm live. So that's how I really started the channel. I kept wanting to put my face to all my comments because I had been leaving a lot of comments, and I really thought, you know what? People need to know who it is that is leaving these comments, and maybe to get to know me a little bit, because I do put a little humor in my comments, and I get worried that they may not get that. Some fun and unique things that I bring to Booktube. Okay, my mad drawing skills. Insert here. Yeah, mad. I don't really know what all I'm going to be bringing. I like to think that I do have some unique perspectives maybe on some books. I might be bringing books that people didn't even hear about. In fact, some of these questions really told me, wow, these people are not going to know what I'm talking about, but we'll see. What am I most excited about for the new channel? Increasing the amount of discussion about not only the books and when you review them and having back and forth. That's what I really would like, but also talking about all the things that you do kind of to research your books, or to choose which books you're going to read, or how do you organize those things. My books and my book planning becomes part of my book enjoyment as well. So I'm hoping to be able to kind of flesh that out a little bit more. Why do I love reading? Well, it's all been said before, you know, and it's exploring new worlds, it's experiencing the past, and it's engaging with the present world with new perspectives. These are all things I get from reading, you know, whether it's knowledge. I love any books I can learn something from, or books that make me then go, hey, I want to go look this up, or I want to go look at that. And other ones, you know, just enjoy for the sheer joy of laughing and giggling out loud. What book series got me into reading? Okay, this is the one I'm thinking, I don't know if anybody's going to know. When I was younger, and I'm talking like 7, 8 years old, my brother and my father were reading these books by Louis L'Amour. They are Western books. And to be a part of their discussions and to be a part of what was going on with them, I picked up the books. So at 7 and 8, 9, my first series of any kind that I read was the series by Louis L'Amour, the Sacketts. And it's funny that that's what I really read. Now, if you go further, once I started kind of more on my own, you know, my elementary, I loved Encyclopedia Brown. Loved Encyclopedia Brown. Murders, or not murder, they weren't. They were just mysteries. Into junior high, and probably almost all of junior high, it was Sweet Valley High. Again, I don't know if anybody else knows anything about that series, but yeah, that was one of the series I read. All right, what would I ask some of these really big booktubers? Did they ever have less than 50 subscribers? What did they do to keep going on? What was their motivation at that time? I mean, now I see the huge numbers, and you kind of think, well, then you almost feel responsible for these people that said that they're subscribing to you. But it makes me wonder, what was it like before that, and what really got them motivated and kept them motivated to keep putting out those videos? Oh, what challenges do you think, you know, starting a booktube? You know what? Making sure that I don't fall into subscriber envy. I never thought that I would be even really noticing. I really want and felt that I was doing this because I almost couldn't help myself. But I have been surprised at how I do look at those subscriber numbers, and I'm like, whoa. But I think part of it is you start kind of questioning yourself of your validity or your quality, or you know, am I just taking up space? So definitely fighting off subscriber envy. I definitely want to make sure I stay away from that. When did you start reading? Haha. Well, funny thing, my mom thought I was reading at 3.5. Very precocious, wasn't I? Not so much. She called my dad and had him come home from the Navy Yard. And my dad did come home. Luckily, he didn't drop everything, but he did come home. And when he did, she was very excited to show him, and she handed me Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. And I read the title, and I opened the pages, and I started reading. And then my dad walked over and turned the book upside down, and I kept reading. Yeah, I was a reader. No, I was a good memorizer. I was a good listener, obviously. And plus, Mom had to read that book about 4 billion times. Now, in her defense, I personally believe that Mom would probably be very excited about that if I could have read to myself, especially Green Eggs and Ham, because she had just read it for probably 6 years of her life. No, probably more than that, actually. 7, 8, almost 8 years she's probably been reading Green Eggs and Ham in some form or fashion. So I think she was ready to pass that torch, definitely. Where do I read? That is my nest. I am the Booknester, and by gosh, that's my nest. I love sitting there and reading, and it looks great and comfy, and it's fantastic. In the winter, it has a glass of sherry sitting next to it. In the spring into summer, it's got a lovely champagne and elderflower cordial drink that is next to it. And in the fall, you know, we start getting back into sherry if it's cool, and you know, some red wine every once in a while. Oh, but during the day, it's definitely a nice cup of tea next to that nest. So that's my nest. And what kind of books do you like to read? Good books? Can I say I like reading good books? Yeah, it's being a little lazy, I get it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I like reading great books. That's what I like. I don't read a lot of sci-fi just because I haven't had that experience yet. You know, there's a lot for me still to go out there and explore. Fantasy, probably not as much because I haven't done that yet. So most anything else, really straight written biographies, unless there are people I'm really, really interested in, have proven to be difficult. But when you find somebody who does amazing biographies, like, I don't know, Mr. Massey and his, you know, all of the Peter the Great and Catherine the Great, and so that's kind of opened my eyes to go, no, I want to read more biographies. In fact, I'm hoping this year to read some more biographies, particularly of a couple authors. So that's me. That's the Booktube Newbie. I've gone over a little bit in time than I expected, but it's just a little picture, and I did it. All right. Have a great, great week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.